Welcome back to early morning excitement. Super early in a Friday at the moment. Today's going to be stupid hot. I think like 36, 37 degrees Celsius. So you can work that out in Fahrenheit. It's there on the screen somewhere for all those Fahrenheit people. But this video is just a quick update of the last one. The Trimacs that we're breeding in here have got eggs. So if we can move the peacock bass away, come on. And move the stingrays away. Come on. In that pot, we have Mrs. Trimacs. Really, fish? Yeah, it is kind of their feeding time, so they're like, oh, feed me. But we're filming, we're not feeding. Come on. Anyway, in the pot, there is a Trimax female. Wherever the boy's gone, they always do that. Actually, there he is, all the way over there, fighting with the Dovii and that. So that is the boy right over behind this black belt. There you go. So they've had eggs for about 2 days now. Thank you, Stingray. Yeah, so I'm going to probably... She just nipped that poor peacock bass. So I'm going to get them out of there before they hatch. Obviously, if I leave them in now, they're just going to sort of move them and then they're all going to get wiped out by all these fish. So this is a 9 foot by 4 foot tank, so it's a little bit bigger than it looks. It looks pretty packed, but they're all at the front of the glass wanting to be fed. Mr. Saratoga. Really? When you try and film fish, and fish are everywhere. Behind them as well, there is a pair of tiger oscars, and they're about to spawn. How dark is that? You can't even see that. I'm sorry. They will probably spawn today, and the really cool thing about those tiger oscars is one of those are the baby ones that we spawned in the shop about a year ago or so. So, woo, second generation oscars. She just spit a dug egg out. I think she did. So I'll have to rescue those eggs. Do want some baby Trimacs. Look at the giant gourami trying to shoo the Oscar away. Really? Just let them breed. I did separate the Oscars into another tank, like a 4x3, which is a pretty decent size. But they did not want to breed in there, even with the same water. They prefer other fish to chase away to trigger them in the mood to breed. Silly fish, big salmon-tailed cats. So that is where we are with them. So going to get them out. I do have whole lot of tanks here, obviously. Lots of baby fish in this. This is just the system I've got for conditioning fish and then spawning them in these tanks. If you haven't seen my egg laying video, go check that out and that'll explain all that in detail to you. The babies are going really well. There are hundreds of fry at the moment. So I think I've got the CPDs, I've got the albino, I never remember the name, albino cherry barbs. I don't know why I can't say albino cherry barb. Albino cherry barbs, and more CPDs in there. And I think recently just spawning in there, we have some really nice green tiger barbs. So, oh, I did get in this tank yesterday, and if we can zoom in there, it may be on the screen, it may not, depending on how mood orientated the eggs are to be filmed. We do have some little pygmy cories spawning like crazy at the moment because of the nice warm temperature. It's like 26 degrees. Yes, I have all these tanks here, which are my new temporary ones. A few things already in here. I've got baby plecos, baby angels, cories, some longfin white clouds, and some of the other weird ass like white clouds. What are they called? They're the names on the screen because I've completely gone blank. It's early morning, still waking up. That's my excuse. CPD's in there. Ultim angels in there. They're the Peru ultims. They're not the cool ultims, the ones they call Peru ultims. And those are my babies from last year spawning as well. So there's eggs on the little thing. Don't even want to know what's in that tank, but I saved half the eggs. But I have that tank right down there. So that is a 2 foot tank, and I reckon that will be fine for their eggs. Hopefully, I don't know if the pot's going to fit in there. That may be an issue. I may have to move the angels up there, down there, and put the pot up there. The dramas of it all. But that is where we are currently with saving eggs early in the morning. For the people that wonder why I only open my shop at 10 a.m, it's because I have to deal with all this wonderful stuff every morning. It is fun. So yeah, we will remove their eggs. She's going to get super cranky. Hopefully she won't go berserk and attack the Oscars, but I think with that pot not being there, she's just going to go over there and be shitty, and the Oscars will have a little bit more room to spawn. Then I have to figure out where the Oscars are going to go. Yeah, so I'm going to jump to the eggs. Oh look, the pot just fits in this tank. I didn't realize how big the pot was. Everything looks smaller in a 9-foot tank, but we have managed to fit it in here. If I use my dodgy torch, we're high tech right now. I have connected another air stone to this pot. All the eggs are just about to come out, so if I did this tomorrow, it would have been a giant fail. They would have just wiggled and come out the pot when I was trying to lift this huge pot out of the tank. Yeah, we have lots of Trimac eggs. It only looks like there's maybe about 20 or 30 unfertile ones. So hopefully I'm not going to bother putting any methylene blue or any antifungal stuff in this because they're due to hatch in the next few hours, probably today sometime. Yeah, so once they hatch and they wiggle away, the fungus is not going to destroy the eggs or anything like that. If I left it the way it was and it was only like just laid, all the little white eggs that could develop fungus that are unfertile are going to spread to all the healthy eggs, and that will usually wipe out everything. But yeah, not really a problem at the moment. I'd rather not use dyes and stuff like that with the little baby fish anyway, unless you really have to. That is where we are now. We have them in this tank. This tank's about 27 degrees unheated. I know, it's kind of crazy at the moment. Another month it'll be freezing. We'll have heaters everywhere. But we have Trimac in there. So the Trimac, there she is there. She's not impressed. She's a little bit lost. She's like, why have you taken my eggs? I hate you. But at least now, the Oscars, we're using torch vision. This is terrible. The Oscars, well, that's the girl there with her spawning tube down. How's that for awesome reflection? I know. And it's a horrible coloured light as well. But these are the two Oscars right at the glass. Oh no, we still need the light. There you go. So that is the lady Oscar. That is Mr. Boy Oscar. Hopefully they can lay in peace on that rock now. Nope, there's no eggs there yet, so that is good. There he is, having a go at that other male Oscar. We're having Oscar fun. We do want to raise up some more tiger Oscars, so that's going to be exciting as well. Oh no, look, there they are. Wondering where their pot is. What's happened? What's happened? It's okay. You can have more eggs in a couple of weeks. Hopefully, we won't have billions of them. Oh, actually, there is Mrs. Dovii in her pot. I am keen to get her to lay in there. They have thousands and thousands and thousands of fry. She's pretty fat, so yeah, the male's not going to fit in that pot, which is perfect for her because she can sort of protect the eggs, and then he's just going to go berserk and try and wipe out all the other fish in the tank. There should be enough fish in this tank that they do breed. The Dovii is not going to destroy them all. But how pretty is he? That's him on the screen there. Awesome, awesome fish. He's got a little bit of bruising around his eyes at the moment from fighting with the Oscars and the Trimac because everyone wants to breed. Ah, I know. It's, yeah, big South and Central American cichlids are fun, but they are very, very cool fish. So that's sort of where we are with those guys breeding at the moment. This system is going really, really well. Lots of fish in there spawning and breeding and wonderful stuff. I'm going to leave it at that. That is a quick update on what is breeding in the room at the moment. Well, this is one little part of it. Obviously, there's tons of other stuff. Oh, I do have Ultim Angels with eggs down the bottom. So, yeah, those are my babies from last year. So, hopefully they will hatch. That's like only a few unfertile ones. And I've also got the green Bulgarian Angels around the other side. They still have fry. We will see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Click the subscribe thing if you want to subscribe and you haven't done that. And we will see you then.